All right, so hi everyone. I am Bets Cope. I am the interim head of the Special Collections Processing Team at the Archives, Arts, and Special Collections Unit at Harvard Library. It is a new title as of yesterday, and it is a rather hefty one. I am also the chair of SNAC's Editorial Policy and Standards Working Group, and I would like to share a little bit about our current project to define relationship types in SNAC. And Susan gave a little bit of a backdrop to this. It's part of the larger controlled vocabulary management project. So to understand why we would be doing this, I wanted to kind of give a little bit of a background to relationships in SNAC, so we're all on the same page. Relationships are really one of the most important aspects of SNAC. It's really what sets it aside from any other form of aggregator. SNAC represents relationships between historical figures, people, families, and corporate bodies, and other people, families, and corporate bodies, or entities, as we refer to them in sort of SNAC speak, as well as relationships between those entities and the materials they created or of which they are subjects. SNAC provides a way to draw the connections amongst those people, groups, and organizations and their archival and other materials that are related to them. SNAC was created with an original set of relationships from the structure standard EAC CPF. Some of those that if you've worked in SNAC, you might be familiar with are associated with. It's the most broad and most used. But we also have some that are a little bit more specific, like family relationships, relationships for correspondence, and similar CPF relations. We also have a limited set of relationships for entities and their related materials, like creator of and referenced in. So we are looking at the moment as the Editorial Standards and Policies Working Group. We're looking towards those existing relationship types, as well as the set that are being defined in Records in Context, or RIC, which explores relationships further. These will eventually be implemented in SNAC, which will allow us to make connections more clearly and decisively as editors and have those seen by users. So what are we actually doing in the ESWG right now? At present, we are currently working through that list of relationship types, which were defined by RIC and are to be added by SNAC into SNAC during the implementation of controlled vocabulary management. So we're creating definitions for each relationship type that will be implemented in SNAC so that when they are, editors and users can really understand the specific meaning of each relationship and thus better understand the connection made between entities or between entities and their materials. I wanted to show a quick example. This is just a draft, so this is definitely not policy around this relationship type, but it might help folks to see kind of the work that we're doing. This is a draft of the relationship type has or had place of reference, and its inverse is or was place of residence. We are using a really handy template shared with us by Daniel Pitty from his work on RIC, which we altered just a little bit to kind of simplify it for SNAC's needs. But at the top, you can see the name of the relationship type. There's a simple definition, just a really basic, this connects a person or family to the specific location where they lived or resided and vice versa. There's a longer scope note that disambiguates this relationship from any other relationship types. You'll also see some examples of how one would use this particular relationship type. And then the kind of relationship type that it is, it's a CPF entity to place to CPF. The broader term that it'd be a part of, that this is a narrower version of, and then if there were narrower terms, you'd also see those here. So we are hoping that the definition, the really simple part, will be easily available in the SNAC editing interface and also when users are viewing SNAC's PUI as well. The rest of this information we will try to make available somewhere else, probably on like the policy area of the site for a deeper dive, especially for those disambiguations, but the definition we'd like to have pretty easily available for folks. So one thing I want to bring up is that just in starting this work, working with our partners in the enslaved and indigenous description groups, it's really clear that the list that we're working on from SNAC and RIC is not inclusive of the types of relationships those communities experience or have experienced or would like to see in SNAC to be able to describe their own interactions and relationships. I will be turning this over momentarily to each of those groups to discuss kind of their parts of work, but I'm not sure how much relationship types will factor into this. But we are exploring ways to expand this list to be more inclusive of our community needs and developing policies around those usages as well. We want to reach a balance with usability while making sure that all community members can define relationships with clarity and accuracy. So on that note, I am going to turn it over to Jerry Simmons, who will speak about various vocabulary management projects the Enslaved Description Group is leading. I want to thank you all for listening, and we will have Q&A for all three presentations at the end of this session. I just wanted to introduce kind of what the idea of relationship types are. And I will also say something that you've probably heard quite a bit already, but we are looking to expand our membership in the ESWG. Please reach out if you are interested in being a part or interested in helping out with our work with relationship types. So thank you very much, and I will stop my screen share.